thing is discussion action of the minutes from September 21st, 2016. Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a second.
Aye.
Charles?
Aye.
Ronald?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Second item is discussion action of the September financial report. Jody, you're up.
Okay, starting off, we have $699,479.55, $23,350 for the Race Big Cruiser Car Show, $1,400 for the Oklahoma Today advertising, $7,500 for the Northwest Oklahoma Team Camp, $5,000 for the Heartland Best 2016 Robotics Building Competition, $6,000 for the Chamber of Commerce Tourism Center Secretary, $15,000 for the 2016 NWOSU Ranger Rodeo, $50,000 for the move to the Cedar Grove Church to the museum compound, $500 for future, $2,500 for standing, which leaves us with $588,229.55. And the Race Big Cruiser Car Show was paid for.
Anybody have any questions on the financial?
I do. Did we move, you know how it was kind of separated, how you had the, it was like in two different accounts, or, well, I mean, like it was like half this much the last time I came to a meeting.
Oh, really?
It was like in a,
Well, there's still money in
Did I just
CDs.
yes, but that's all in here this time.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
because
Yeah,
usually when you write it on here, when it was on here, it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
I mean, it was in the paperwork,
Uh-huh.
but like it would.
But the remaining balance that was available, you're saying was different? The bottom.
It just seems like there's a lot more than.
We'll compare.
Okay, that's fine.
And we'll
But
see
no,
if
it,
that's what
yeah,
they're
I'm
doing.
pretty sure it's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I'll double check.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
my book, I'll go back and look, and then
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
more intelligent
okay.
question.
Hey, you're fine.
I move that we approve the financial report.
A second.
Charles?
Aye.
Normal?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Juanita?
Aye.
All right, the next thing is discussion and action on a request of Oklahoma Municipal League Leadership Class not to exceed $1,608.41. Alex.
Good evening. The last several presentations I've made to you, I've tried to, I guess, speak about the importance of tourism to our economy at this time. With the downturn in the economy, we need to be looking at tourism events to bring people to our community. And this activity does. The OML class, which is several months of community leaders, city leaders, community volunteers from across the state. They gather for classes to learn about community leadership, community assessment, and collaboration, and how that fits Alva, or how we are in the mix. The Oklahoma Municipal League hosts this leadership class, and communities get to bid to be part of the event. And so if you get a bid, which Alva has, you then get to bring people from all over the state to your community. And how that helps us is we're bringing unique visitors to our community to stay in our hotels, to see what we have, and in hopes, not only will they learn from this class what is planned to be learned, but they'll see our community that when they may not have seen it before, And you never know. Maybe we'll get a business out of it. You know, they'll see what we're about. Maybe someone would want to relocate. But we're always looking for opportunities to bring new people to our community, and this event is one. As I said, we have received the bid, and so in December we will be bringing this group here, about 25 people, and as I said in the application, they're coming from Enid, Crescent, Choctaw, Perry, Newcastle, Stillwater, Oklahoma City, Prague, Warner, Elk City, Cushing, and then Alva. We don't know that the Enid people will stay in the room, and we assume that the Alva people will not stay in rooms. But we have all these unique people coming to our community. Alva has hosted an event like this in the past. Many of you may have been on the board then. At the time, it was called the Oklahoma Community Institute, and it was put on by the state of Oklahoma. The state stopped funding that, or was no longer able to fund that, and so the Oklahoma Municipal League took over that event. I always try to bid the December event because our downtown, of course, is so beautiful, lit up, and I think it's a great time of year to have people in our community. I stopped bidding the OCI event because of the oil boom, and we did not have the hotel rooms available. We have hotel rooms available now, and so this is a good time for us to host. Jodan Dunham and Ben Orcutt applied for this year's class and have been to, how many classes have you been to so far? 4. So they've been to 4 communities to learn from those communities and to, of course, showcase their communities to this class. And I'll let him speak at the end and fill in the blanks where I've let off. Of course, we received the bid. And the schedule of events, which could change, but at this time, we have booked the annex at the Cherokee Strip Museum for our dinner, and we have booked the University Singers to be our performance. The group can arrive ahead of time, and they're scheduled to see the Cherokee Strip Museum and then have dinner in the museum. They'll have breakfast at Northwestern, and they'll have their meetings and classes there. Lunch will be held at the Runnymede Hotel, and over the lunch hour, we're going to do a walking tour of downtown. We'll tour the Rialto, we'll tour Graceful Arts. We'll have a Jack and Jill at Holder Drug, and then we'll get to see, hopefully inside, but we may be outside of the Bell Hotel, and then again back to the Runnymede. So we only have a short window to give them a tour, and so we're going to try to get as much as we can into that. And then they'll go back to class, and then I think at about 4 o'clock they return home. So it's our chance to showcase Alva. I'll go ahead and let Jodan fill in the blanks. Is there anything you want to tell about your experience? I know one last thing before I turn it over. During the OCI class, many in our community have gone through. I'm a graduate, Brenda Hood's a graduate, Cody Erickson, Kathy Ernest, and Charlotte Hadwiger. We had applied to the previous program and were graduates. It's a wonderful program. Go ahead, Jonah.
Well, one of the things that as this program is developed for us, the things that I have observed is not only do these people come in and stay for the 1 or 2 nights that we're here, a lot of them stay over for the weekend. I know we have intentionally chosen this one because of the time frame, being here at the end of the year. It is also the last really classroom environment that this group will have. The next one after this will be the graduation ceremonies. So this is really the last chance for us to show it off. A lot of the people are really looking forward to coming to Alva. They're grading me with questions. What are we doing? Where are we going? We want to see the community. We've heard so much about it. People that have either, a lot of these people I've found out have some sort of ties to this community. They've got friends that have gone to college here. They have got, and that's one of the big things that they'd like to be able to try to do is get a little tour of the college. They've got, acquaintances. There's one lady that, from the Oklahoma Water Resources Board that's in the class. Her boss is a graduate of Alva, of NWSU. So there's a lot of ties to the community. There's a lot of people that want to be here. There's a lot of people looking forward to being here. And to top it off, it's a good chance for us, especially around Christmas time, to maybe get a little extra sales tax for people shopping in Alva. And that's what we obviously will try to promote also. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. A lot of, every time I go to one of the classes, I bring back, Alex is probably tired of me hearing about it. Okay, here's what we did, how are we going to top it? Here's what we did, how are we going to top it? And there's been some pretty good, they've had some pretty good programs. So, they've set the bar pretty high, but I think that we're gonna meet and exceed that.
So what other towns have you been to?
We've been to Enid held a class, Diamond held a class, Tecumseh held a class, Enid, Elk City were the other four. Elk City kicked it off, then we went to Diamond. Tecumseh was after that with Northeastern. And I kind of think, for me, that one kind of set the bar because the entertainment there was what they called their university singers. And it's kind of our chance to really show off our singers because I think we're a whole lot better than they were. From what I've heard in the past. And then Enid was the last class, and we kind of spent most of our time talking about and touring the new event center over there.
So you go to 4 classes and then you graduate, or you go
Five.
5 classes? And
5 classes, and then they
in a year's time, or
in a 6-month period. But no, it's about a year's time. There's about 2 months between each class.
So did the class size vary from year to year?
I don't know that they have a limitation on the class size. It seems to be, from what I've seen of it, around 25. One of the unique things about this class, if you get accepted, if you apply for it, you have to apply to get accepted. And if you get accepted, you're only allowed to miss one class. If you miss more than one class, you don't graduate the program. As part of the program and what it has helped, the way the program I think is going to end up benefiting Alva by our attending it, is one of the things that we have to do is complete the Department of Commerce RFP for business. They provide us with documentation as to a business that would be wanting to relocate, and it's our job to sell our community to how we would fit that business. And these are real life scenarios. They take them right out. They take the RFPs they choose to give us. They take them right off the RFPs that they've received at the Oklahoma Department of Commerce and that they've passed on to other communities. And it's all on how to get jobs and everything into your community. So, and I think that's going to be a big, and that's the presentation and that's the project. Usually there's about 4 or 5 in a group, and one group prepares one presentation, and then as group members we compete to see who's the best, and who can prepare the better RFP.
So who administers this thing? Is it?
The Oklahoma Municipal League administers it. It used to be the state of Oklahoma. When they kind of let the leadership thing die
We
out,
lost the funding.
Oklahoma Municipal League picked it up.
So do the people who go, do their local governments pay a fee to the municipal league?
They do pay a fee. If you're a host city, like what we are, we get a reduced rate. Basically, there's 2 of us from Alva attending, myself and Ben Orcutt, and basically what we get is a 2-for-1 special. The cost to attend is about $500. Anybody in any community that's a host, it has that opportunity. Oddly enough, Diamond, who was a host, didn't send anybody. Altus, who is a host, didn't send anybody. And but the other communities, Elk City has person in the class. Tecumseh didn't have anybody in the class. Enid has 4 or 5 in the class. Typically there are about 25 of us right now.
When did the class start?
Our first meeting was in April.
Joe Don's already working towards the future. He sent me a RFP or a information on the City Management Association of Oklahoma conference for this summer. So if we do a good job on this one, we might get another.
Well, actually, I think that's the summer of.
Summer of 17.
17.
Yeah. So yeah.
And that, if we were to apply for that one and get, that would be a huge one. That'll bring in, typically for the summer city manager conference, there's 150 to 200 city managers attend. It's a 3-day event. It'd be a huge deal. We kind of tasked Alice with putting this one together. Got the email for the one in the city managers. I said, "Are you game?" So, but yeah, it'll be a good deal if we do apply for that and be able to get it.
So what's our goal? I mean, every third year or something, do we try to send someone to get involved?
I'd say we try to send. This is not me, but I'd say try to send somebody.
I'll answer that question in that I was approached a couple of years ago about applying for it. I was a little skeptical of it. When we did decide to try to host it this year, and they did offer a reduced rate, and I was able to actually attend, and that's the main reason I attended, was to see what the benefit was. I'm very excited about the program. I would anticipate that we're going to try to apply to host it every year from now on, as long as I have any say in it. And at the same time, if we are a host, we will encourage employees to go. And even if we're not a host, we will see about having employees go. I'd like to have somebody attending every year. Of the department head or higher level, some people that we're trying to foster to move up through the ranks, gives them a lot of good educational experience and things that they would never in their chosen field, such as Ben, as a police officer, him filling out an RFP for a business to come to Alva, he'll probably never have to do that as a police officer. But he gets to see the importance of it. He gets to see what goes into it, and he will certainly be of value because of it for the future of Alva. And he will certainly be able to, when we do have that next real RFP come through that we have to fill out, he'll be a benefit to have done it, and be a benefit to having to fill the next one out. So yes, I'd like to see any of our employees go. I'd like to see more of our employees attending the Leadership Alva class. I think that's a benefit too. I've attended several leadership classes over my tenure in different communities that have always benefited from those. I think they're great. I think they're great educational tools. People learn things about their community that they never would have thought of. I think it's a wonderful deal.
When is your next RFP or?
The RFPs that come from the state of Oklahoma, you don't know when they're going to come. They just email them, and you have about 3 days to get the information back. So
Have one now?
we get them all the time. There's every single one of them has a unique criteria. They may need a 20,000 square foot empty building that has certain criteria. Anyway, each one of them is very different. And you never know when you're going to get one. You can open the email and they're there. So they're very unique.
What's to keep you, Alex, from being involved every year as like Don and Ben? Even though you've done it before, would you not benefit?
You mean from attending or from?
Being in the class, can you be in the class?
Oh, I think so. because it's now put on by OML and it was previously OCI, I mean, I think any of the people who have gone through before could go back again, if that's what you're asking. Yeah.
I would say so.
And on the OML side, I mean, I'm a city employee, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it changes quite a bit each year.
I don't know that the topics that they cover change that much from year to year, because when you do finish it, you are a graduate of the class. I don't know that the topics that they cover change from one year to the next, but it's a lot of the core leadership. Stuff that would help you with your leadership efforts and to build those up with employees. You don't necessarily have to be a city employee. I mean, like I said, I've got one person in my class from Oklahoma Water Resources Board. There have been, in the classes that I'm familiar with, there have been OG&E employees. It's not limited to just city employees either. And again, as far as putting on the program, I think it's wonderful for us to do it because it gives us a chance to show off our community and bring in people that may not have normally come to Alva for whatever reason. We get to show off our strengths. Who knows? Maybe we get some people that want to relocate. Maybe we get people that want to get a business here because of it. Maybe we just get students at Northwestern because people have kids graduate. Yeah, there's a lot of positive stuff that can come out of this.
Any more questions? No, I would entertain a motion to approve or disapprove the request.
I'd like to make a motion that we do approve the request for the Oklahoma Municipal League Leadership Class for the following funds of $1,608.41.
Second. Charles?
Aye.
Juanita?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Norton?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck with that. Sounds interesting.
Thanks.
Yep.
It's right around the corner.
And the next thing on the agenda is
Yeah.
remarks and inquiries by the tourism committee. Charles, you got anything you want to report on?
We were supposed to have had a meeting